Well, good morning everybody on this chilly San Diego day. I think it's like 50 degrees. We're such sissies out here. Today I'm going to be installing my catalytic converter because I have my referee, well not technically referee, I have my state inspection for the smog check, and the cat is decatted with an OBX high flow cat, which will not pass the test. I also have to detune the vehicle back down to a stock tune, which I have the stage 2 from Euro Compulsion. So I'm driving Slow Panda today, and today we are going to be uninstalling my OBX high flow cat and putting in the stock catalytic converter. So stay tuned. So we got the vehicle up. We had to use wood. That's hung. Yeah, hung. So I had to use wood to get the vehicle up. Basically, we're going to be doing the catalytic converter, a manual transmission, drain and fill, and an oil change. So that's what we're doing today. So first things first, what we're going to do is we are going to take off the O2 sensors, the top and the bottom one, and then we are going to unbolt it here and then slide the cat out and put the stock catalytic converter in. We're going to get one right here, one right here, one right here, and two right there. And that's what we're going to start off with. And if you're ever wondering what's under my car, this is the setup I have. Everything under here, there's nothing there. And then we get to here, this section here, and it's just the exhaust section. The diffuser actually goes halfway underneath, so if you're ever wondering on this diffuser from Fly 1, it goes underneath. You can see how far it goes actually under. All the damage and carnage that actually happens to it, so you can kind of see. So we're removing the bolt on top. So I've been having an oil leak and I thought it was the cooler. Hung actually found out my oil housing unit is leaking. So right up there, you can see it. It's actually leaking from the oil housing unit. So rule that one out. Good catch by him. So we're gonna do an oil change regardless today. So hopefully we knock that out. We got both bolts off right now on the exhaust manifold. Yeah, let's clean it up and then we'll get cracking on it. So now we're removing the O2 sensor. We use a 22 to get it out, and then now we're going to remove the coupling. So while Hung is working on that for me, I'm going to actually start taking off the intake. The intake actually is going to be right here, so I'm going to take this off so that we have room so we can start the oil change. We're going to basically try to knock out two jobs at the same time, and then we'll knock out the manual transmission fluid change. So this is what we're working on right now, and we're going to try to get it done in record time, hopefully. Oh, the camera down here. I'm gonna try to see if we can see inside here. The turbo looks good. If yours looks like this, you look good. So I do have a little bit of oil in my intake, or in here. I have no idea why. Oh, okay. So you can see it. I have oil inside there. I have no idea why. I'm gonna clean that out, but it's probably from the blowback or PCV valve. So the OBX, it doesn't have anything in it. Maybe if you saw my previous video, I'll link it, but there's nothing in there, just like a resonated piping. It has an aftermarket gasket comes with it. I actually wrapped this one with the wrap that I got off of Amazon. It held up pretty good. I like this system, to be honest, but since I have to go to smog the vehicle, I'm changing it back over. But I really like the system. It goes in and out real quick. You can see how fast we actually got this out. It's only probably been 10 minutes, to be honest. And yeah, so now we're cruising along. This is the gasket. You do have to either round these out a little bit bigger or get new bolts, because it doesn't come with the hardware. It just comes with the gasket, last time I remember. Link will be in the description, or in the, I'll link it up top above me. And then I'll link it right here, and then you can see the comparison of it before. So it's a size 12 for the nut on the bottom for the factory one. So we just secured the nuts back in for the bottom new gasket. Make sure that I actually have an aftermarket downpipe on here, or actually cold pipe. So that's what you're seeing right there. And then we're gonna re-secure the bottom. And then that should be it for the downpipe. So that was actually pretty fast. In and out, I think 10 minutes. So we're gonna change the oil now. It's gonna be a 13. So once you get the car jacked up, we're gonna be using a 13. You can put a rag or something here, or you can just cover it. But the oil normally drips on that, so that's what we're at right now. Ooh. And put it on too tight. Ooh, that's tight, huh? All right, so 13. This was over tightened. Go. Ooh. Yeah. The rag. So there we go, Splash Mountain, boys. Alright, so all the oil has been drained out. Now we're re-securing the oil. So we're putting the oil drain plug back in. Just make sure that it's okay and it's not gonna be too tight this time, so we'll put it on. And make sure that it's the proper torque down this time, so gotta double check that. Alright, so now we're gonna drain the transmission fluid, the manual transmission fluid. So you got your port on the top up here, and then you have the one on the bottom down here. We're gonna drain that one out, we're gonna open that one up, and then we're gonna pump the new one in. I think I might be leaking at the slave cylinder because it's wet up there. But then again, who knows? Hopefully we're not. So the problem right now is trying to get an Allen key to fit in here. You got no space from here to here. So we're just gonna get creative with it and basically see what we can come up with. Hung figured out for me, this T60, the star, actually this side fits inside there. So with that being said, we use the T60 and then a number 12 or 13, 12, huh? 12 fits right inside there. So these different tools to make it work. So that fits perfectly. So a T60 will get this out with this little part without having to fuss about it. So using the T60 again, break that one loose. Open that. That's going to be the fill. So this is the drain down here, and it's the fill. So the drain is going to be your hardest one to get to. Your fill is the next one up here. So we're going to be using Royal Purple 75 90 weight gear oil, full synthetic. We're going to give that a try. A lot of guys say they use it, so I'm not the first. I won't be the last. But so since we have enough space, so show how we're going to put it in. Since there's a lot of space in here, we're just going to basically shove that in here and just fill it that way. I've been seeing people use the pump system, but I'm just gonna, we're just gonna shove it up in here like this. It's working, huh? Good job, huh? Yeah? Okay. So we are now going to be reinstalling it back in. All right, going into the second bottle. Just gonna stick it up in, squeeze it out. I'm gonna fill it till it comes out. Well, I can always go get some more Royal Purple, but we're gonna measure it real quick. Oh, right at the top. It's right there.
Top. Okay.
Yeah, okay, huh?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it looks black because it's royal purple, but basically you just stick your finger up. If you can touch it, if you stick your finger right in, it's like right at the brim. So we just poured 1 bottle of this in here. So that's 1 bottle right here. You can see, you can see inside. This is the other bottle, but that's all that's left. So I suggest that you check your fluid. So
Dirty.
real dirty. So that's all. I think it's only like, that's not even half a quart. That's all that's in there, guys. I got 1 bottle and a half that's inside here. So it's supposed to be 1.9. I suggest that you do your transmission fluid when you get a chance. But that's it. Installing the bolt back in for the fill plug. So we secured that one. We're installing that one back in now, and the transmission will be done. And then now we're gonna finish up on the oil change and refill the oil, and we're gonna be good to go. So for a lot of you who have the aftermarket intake, it is easier to do your oil change. You don't have the whole box on top. You have all the space now to get to the actual oil filter housing unit. So took off the silicone hosing, and then now I'm going to be changing out the oil. Well, actually it's all been drained out already. We're going to be changing out the filter now. What size is that, Hung? What size is that one?
In here?
Yeah. 22?
I don't know.
27.
27.
So you can see all my vacuum hoses down here, but the 27 basically will fit down in here. So it's a 27. Oh, make that out of the way. Out the way. And we stick it through here. I don't know if any of you have tried this trick, but this little hole right here through the headlight, with enough extensions you can get it down in there. But that's how I do my oil changes, right through there, and then we open it up.
Oh, no tie, man. No tie.
No tie, huh?
No tie.
He's scared, that's why. So pretty self-explanatory. Just slide it out. Just watch the oil, because it does drip everywhere. You can see down in there. Check the housing for cracks just to be sure, and change the seal. So we got a new seal. We're gonna change the housing gasket seal. Housing gasket seal.
Huh?
Put it back in. Now we're gonna go back in and retighten it back on. Put that 27 back on. You can get those 27 flats from what? That's a Snap-on?
Yeah.
Snap-on?
Snap-on.
You can get these on Amazon or Snap-on. But yeah, basically stick it through the hole with 2 extensions. Put it right on. Oh, you're missing the hole. Missed the hole. Missed the hole. There you go. There you go. And then we're gonna hand tighten it until we hear it stop, and then we're gonna give it like a little quarter. Because it's made of plastic, you gotta be careful. So. All right.
Right.
Take off, slide, be careful, and there you go. The intake back on, lining up the hoses, slide that one back on, so that's good. We're gonna line this one up, line this one up. So the oil that I use for my vehicle is the Castrol Edge 5W40 for European vehicles. This is the only one that I can actually find in the 5W40 sometimes without ordering it online. I have this extra bottle laying around because I got it on sale, so this is the bottle I'll be using for today. any of you are wondering, I did change this valve cover gasket to a wrinkle red. I did that on purpose because I was actually blowing on my number 3 cylinder. The spark plug tube seals was actually losing, not compression, but it was, the seal was busted. So I was losing oil into the actual number 3. I was blowing white smoke out the back of the vehicle. So in the whole process, I said, screw it. I pulled the valve cover off. It took me about 2 days, sanded it down, made it wrinkle red. So that makes this engine bay pop. It's pretty cool. I also have a fancy little plate that holds the turbo. That's just like a turbo bracket. It's chromed out. It was given to me by 500 Madness, so shout out to them.
Up.
Oh, we're going up? Okay, and then also too, I put a one-way valve actually right here. That's a one-way valve, so the air doesn't come back over into the PCV housing. So last piece of the puzzle is we're going to be securing this top O2 sensor. They do spin when you're taking them off, so you want to spin them back around so that when you put it on, the wires basically spin back to normal and they're straight. So that's what we're doing right now. We spun the O2 sensor and then now we're putting it back on and basically securing it. We did put some anti-seize on it so that it's easier to take off, because once this passes smog, I will probably take this off again, or I might leave it on so I can drive it and not get hassled. So taking our 22-inch wrench, and we are going to just secure that O2 sensor back on and see how it's straight again, because we spun it. So that's, you got to remember to spin it when you're putting it back on. Me and Hung are just going through it now and cleaning up the oil, because your oil will leak from the that housing. The oil filter housing, actually, if you don't put towels down, it'll leak. So you want to just wipe it off and clean up all the excess oil so it doesn't eat into the rubber or on your floor or even on the actual car. So clean it up and wipe it down, and then we'll start it up and listen to how quiet it is. I'm basically gonna go through and double check for any type of leaks on the vehicle. So I'm double checking my oil drain plug right here. That's not leaking. Double checking it here for the transmission fluid. Make sure that was on, put back correctly. You can check under here, see if anything's leaking under here. I don't see any leaks there. So right now I'm going through and I'm double checking the oil leaks. I don't see anything on the oil drain plug. I don't see anything on the transmission fluid. I don't hear any exhaust leaks right now from the stock catalytic converter. It is quiet. And there is no other leaks on the oil cooler. I have changed the oil cooler housing twice because of the leak problem, but I think the main leak is because of that, the oil filter housing unit. I found the problem and what went wrong, so you just gotta double check your work. The exhaust is very quiet now, so just looking through, that's not loud at all. Not loud at all, so I'll be running it like this for a while. Alright guys, so the next step for the smog process after putting the cat back in is I gotta make this thing beep 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 stock again. And how we're gonna do that is take that off. Oh, here's a little trick. Take your key out, put it back in if your door's open, and then it'll stop beeping. I don't know if any of you guys knew that. I learned that a long time ago, but yeah, if you ever leave your key in and you want to leave it in, just put the key in and yeah, take it out, put it in, and the car will stop beeping. So that's one trick. Going back to trying to make this thing stock again. So here we go. I'm gonna take the Euro Compulsion. I gotta put the stock tune back on. So I'm gonna hook this up with my OBD and we'll get it started. So I'll hook that up and then I'll get right back. All right, so we're back. I don't know if any of you have used the OBD2 flash from Eurodrive. This is the old one. I believe there's a new one out. So let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and have this flashed back to stock. So I'm gonna turn this to the second position right now. We're gonna go here and go into work, writing tool, phase 2. I have the burbles on there too. Stock. So this is my stock map. Hit OK. It's gonna write it. You got to make sure the car is warmed up, so that's one thing. So I just drove here. Please connect your vehicle to a stateless battery if your battery is low, and then please connect your vehicle to a charger in order for it, because it's actually going to be probably tuning the car for probably 10-15 minutes, so it doesn't want you to to log out, so, or run out of batteries. So turn off all your accessories, hit OK, and then switch the dash on, check the connection and press OK. So the dash is on, hit the connection's OK. It's going to start communication. So at this point, it's going to start running the file. You're going to get all these weird systems on your dash going crazy. So switch off the dashboard to continue. So I'm going to switch off. I'm going to hit OK. Please connect your vehicle. OK. Switch on the dashboard. Switch it on. I'm not turning it on, just switching it on. And then press OK. Dashboard, check the connection. OK. And it's going to start communication one more time. And it's going to make all these cool sounds. So all the sounds on the car are going to start going. You're going to get your service, your ESC lights, all that stuff is going to start to go crazy. It's going to say unavailable, see handbook and all that stuff. And right now it is writing my stock tune back onto the vehicle. So I'm just going to let it sit here. It's going to do its thing, probably about 10. Well, it's already warm up. It's at 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. But you're going to see all this unavailable stuff. That's why it wants it basically to be to a charger. So just make sure you've driven your vehicle, your battery's in good condition, and then you just write the file, let it sit for a little bit, and then we'll get started on the next step. So I'm gonna let this load. I'll be right back. Okay, let's check on it. So now it's saying switch off dashboard to continue. So switch off the dashboard. I'm gonna hit OK. Switch on dashboard. Hit OK. Press and release clutch pedal. Okay, e-brake is up. Press and release clutch pedal. Okay. Switch off dash. Okay. Switch on dash. Okay. Switch off dash. Operation in progress, so it's writing again. Switch on dash. Okay. Start the engine and press OK. So now we're going to start. You're going to get error codes when you do this. So I started it. I'm going to hit OK. The engine has to be over 90, I believe it was. It said on there. It flashed it real quick, but I'm already at operational temperature. So waiting operation in progress now. So switch off dash again. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to hit the OK. A lot of beeping, a lot of waiting. So it's analyzing log in progress. And at this point, it's gonna, basically I think it was trying to program everything back into it. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. So the flash is loading. So this error code should do this on the error code. So attention, error code erasing not complete. Okay. So that should be what it says at the end. And then you start it. And it should be okay. So then I can check my file. Info. Protocol info. that's it. So what you saw there was my stock tune. I actually have a blend of a stock tune and the Magnum or Elite tune, I believe it was. I don't remember, it was like 5-6 years ago when I got the tune, but it blended in with my stock tune, and that's how I got that right there. I hope it works. I'm gonna give it a try and try to see if I can get the monitors ready and then go into smog. So we'll give that a try, and I'll see if it works. If not, I'll let you guys know. And then next step is gonna be the drive cycle. So after it's all said and done, pass. Legally passed. So I hope you enjoyed my video. It took me about 2-3 days for Slow Panda to actually be ready for smog check. And this is all legal. Everything is done legal. I have been refereed before, so I know the whole process. But it's ready to go, and it's legal, it's stock, it's slow, but it's okay. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe, hit that bell, and remember, you're watching Slow Panda. Thank you.